Okay. Immediate improvement. Alright. Look at the visual upgrades, man. Wow. Whoa, what the fuck? Hold on a goddamn second. Again. Love. Wow, look at that shot. That looks awesome. Yo, what's going on, boys? It's your boy Plasma Reacts back with a reaction, and today we're going to be starting, obviously, you might be coming here from the first episode reaction, Naruto. I just watched episode 1, and I thought that, obviously, I've seen a lot of people do this before they start a new series, and that is react to all of the openings. So today we'll be reacting to all of Naruto openings. I think I'll do the Shippuden openings when I start Shippuden in who knows how long, however many months, weeks, years it's going to take me to get to Shippuden on the channel, if, the channel stays alive. But we are here for the Naruto openings, and especially if you're new, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. I am very excited to get into Naruto and start Naruto, as it's the only one of the big 3 I have not watched now. Yeah, and I enjoyed the first episode. It was good. I didn't remember a lot of the things that happened, and despite watching the first couple episodes before, all of that explanation of what I know about Naruto going into the series is in the first episode. So if you're watching this as soon as it drops, then wait about 30 minutes. I think I will drop the actual episode 1 reaction after this. And make sure to go check that out. But here we are with the openings. This is going to be the first video of Naruto that I do. Obviously, when you watch a series and you watch this when going into arc, you have context of spoilers and whatnot. But I think, as a lot of people have tended, reaction channels at least, have tended to do this with the openings, they have kind of come to the conclusion that without knowing anything about a series, you can't really be spoiled, right? So now, as I'm watching this, I kind of just get to absorb the visuals, absorb the music, which obviously a lot of this is older anime openings, which tend to not be as big, tend to not have as much enjoyment for me personally, but I'm excited to see if any of them are, and kind of just like how the show evolves in Naruto. So I'm excited to see how that progresses, how many new characters we get to see or whatnot, and kind of just get a grasp of the evolution of the show over the pre-time skip, if you want to call it, the pre-Shippuden era of Naruto. So excited to see that, and hopefully you guys are too. So if you're new to the channel, of course, hit that subscribe button down below, as I'm going to be doing all of Naruto on the channel, so you can be notified as soon as I upload every single reaction. Of course, if you're also here for, if you like other anime and you watch other anime, then, make sure to subscribe as well, as I'll be doing a lot of the upcoming new seasonal anime as well. I've done a ton of other series on the channel already, so go check that out. And of course, hit that like button. Let's try and shoot for 20 to 30 likes on this reaction, opening reaction, whatever you want to call it. The all of Naruto, the master cut of the Naruto openings. So yeah, obviously hit that like button down below if you enjoy, and let me know all your thoughts about, which one's your favorite opening, how you liked my reaction, how you liked, what song is your favorite, all that stuff. Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. Obviously, don't give me any spoilers about any of the arcs if I theorize something, but I am excited to see what these hold, and kind of how each one of them sounds. And the visuals, of course, on a lot of them, and how those visuals progress over time. So yeah, let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you want to see the full, unedited, undimmed reaction to this, I probably will also have that on the Patreon. So if you want to see, listen to all the songs in their entirety or whatnot with me, then go check out the Patreon over in the description. And you can have access to all of my future Naruto unedited, undimmed reactions there too. So if you want to watch the whole show with me without missing anything, then that is where you will be able to do it. So yeah, that is it from me. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good shit. I am excited to see what happens in these openings and what's going on. So hopefully you guys are too. So like, comment, subscribe, all that good shit. And I cannot wait any further. So without further ado, let's hop straight into the shit. All right, here we go. Has this very 90s sound to it, you know? Obviously, Naruto has the headband on. Sasuke, Sakura. I know their names. Well, there's Kakashi. Did not get to see him in episode 1. Obviously, I know this isn't a 90s anime, but it has this kind of like 90s sound to the music. Damn, animation looking really solid here. Not sure who they're beating up. Some like thieves, maybe? There's the shadow clone jutsu as we saw in episode 1, or as I saw. Rocks. Man, I'm not really getting much of a rivalry feel from these shonen protagonists. Okay, that was opening 1. Very, like, you know, I don't know how to describe this. It's odd because when you like see something like One Piece, you know, the first opening is this big like boom in your face. You know, this was so low to the ground, if that makes sense. You know, like, and I'm talking about of a bunch of like anime from this era too. Obviously, this is, if I'm looking at this correctly, in the bottom right, 2002, right? So this was the early 2000s anime when it started, assuming that that's correct. Um, and it just kind of gave me like kind of an earlier anime vibe to this opening, you know, where the music sounded 90s, the visuals, while some of it did look like from that era, also kind of just gave me this very early anime vibe. And you know, when you look at like other anime from this time, from the time period, even One Piece was 1999, I think, or 2000, 1999, something like that. Is when the One Piece anime started, I believe. Um, Even the opening for that, you kind of get this like big orchestraic culmination of like this grand opening. And this was just kind of just like I said, like low key, you know? Kind of just like this grunge rock just like you didn't get to see anything. Like I don't know what happens in the first arc, the first whatever, you know, whatever you want to call everything that happens between opening 1 and opening 2. Um I don't know what happens during this opening, but it seemed like nothing from the opening, right? Because we get to see them fight some like thieves and just look like they were training, I guess, under Kakashi, which, you know, didn't get to see him in episode 1, so I assumed we would be with Aruka for a little longer. But obviously we get to see here that the main 3 are training under Kakashi, I presume, and they fight some thieves. That seems to be all there is to it. You know, pretty low to the ground. I'll give the music. I kind of like the song. I'll give it like a 6 out of 10. And the visuals, I'll give like a 4 out of 10. I don't know. I wasn't really planning on ranking them, but I'll do that now. So obviously, you know, like I said, visuals are 4 out of 10. It's older visuals. That's how you're going to be. But they weren't the worst. But yeah, I like the song quite a bit actually. We'll get into opening 2 here. Okay, immediate improvement. Okay. Even the art looks a little like thicker in the lines. Again, get to see the main 4, I guess. There I got more of a rivalry feel. Alright, a bunch of new characters. Well, we saw a couple of them in class. Damn! I'm not gonna go back through and analyze or whatever. That guy looks cool. All right, this is giving me way more. Ooh. All right. Tournament arc? Perhaps? Damn! Okay. Some with the fox. Or some untapped power. Alright, a lot of characters, a lot more seem to be happening in this arc. Alright. I don't know if that was the same people doing that. I don't think it was. First of all, I love the grungy vibe so far. There's a trend with the Naruto openings being grungy, kind of. And the song immediately, as soon as the first 2 seconds going in, right? I said I'm not gonna go back and watch and analyze because I don't want to get into true spoilers, you know. Um, but but immediately you can tell that the improvement in not just the animation and the visuals, but also the music kind of, I don't even know what to say. It was an overall massive improvement. Um, that was great. I really truly enjoyed that so far. Music was great. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Love the kind of the structure of the song, and it seemed a lot more like not upbeat, but like faster pace. And obviously, I'm a big fan of fast-paced music. I like rock and whatnot. So already both the songs were great for me. But then the real improvement was the visuals. Immediately 2 seconds in, you get these cool shots of Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura. And you get a lot of like teases of abilities and fights and characters. Got a lot more, and I recognize a couple characters. I think like the guys with the really beady eyes. They looked like there was two of them, like a little brother, older brother, younger brother, maybe. I feel like I might have seen them before, or one of them before. Um, but yeah, seemingly a tournament arc with plus some. As you see, kind of like some evil eyes there. Naruto has some kind of a power up. I'm assuming that we get to either in arc 1 that he then uses in arc 2, or this is an arc 2 development. So obviously, I know that the Fox Devil is something that's going to progress with them throughout the show. So this isn't really a big spoiler, but that is cool to see that already we're getting progression there. But yeah, great. Massive visual improvement. Visuals, I'll give a 7 out of 10, or maybe even a 7.5 out of 10. I really thought that was a big improvement. Can't wait to see moving forward, especially since we had that huge hop from opening 1 to opening 2, not just visually but song wise too. Great. Let's see opening 3. Let's see opening 3. All right, we're losing the grunge vibe, but visually it looks already the same. Still rock, it sounds like. Okay, we're focusing on this character a lot. This is the girl that has a crush on Naruto, I think. There's Sakura. Not Sakura. Yeah, it's Sakura. He had the Nezuko thing in his mouth now. Okay. New character. Another teacher, maybe? Kakashi. That guy again. A lot more detail out of the drawing as we go on. Another new character. Cool. All right. Sorry, I wasn't even thinking about it. All right. Cool. Another kind of generic esque opening. It was like opening 2, but opening 1. You know what I'm saying? like it kind of felt like opening one again, where we see a lot of things, but not a lot is happening in terms of action. But it was a lot more character focused. It seemed we got to see what I presume is a bunch of teachers and their prospective students. We got to see a lot of what seems to be character backstories and kind of how their relationships. So maybe it's like because we got to see Naruto talking to Sakura. We got to see the pink, whatever, purple, dark blue hair, the girl that has a crush on Naruto. We got to see something to do with her family. I assume her family or her backstory. And yeah, I mean, I'm blanking right now. Basically, what I'm saying is, it felt like a lot less was happening than opening 2, while still having the visual quality of opening 2. And then obviously we lost the grunge to kind of give the. Well, I guess it is kind of like more. It's still kind of grunge, but it kind of just felt more like a generic rock. But yeah, it was good. I'll give the song a 5 out of 10, and I will give the opening or the visuals another 7.5 out of 10. Going in the next one. All right, we're already doing something different with this opening. All right. Okay, different design for Sasuke, it looks like. Okay, we're reusing a lot of the same characters here, so I really wonder if this is going to be like the main class. Damn. I'm already fucking with this song heavy. A lot of the same characters, yeah. Okay, animals, those are new. Hey, I can't blame you. She do kind of look like a baddie. Damn, Sasuke got a big ass shuriken. I guess that's a consistent thing in this, seeing from episode 1 we already got them. Yeah. Oh, okay, he has some kind of lightning power now. Okay, new villains. Animation looking great. Woo! Let's go. All right. I really like that one. Song-wise, that was great. I love the I don't know, what did it start with? That the opening started with a banger. What was it? We are fighting. It's great. I like the sound of the song. I like the music a lot. I'll give the music a 8 out of 10. Yeah, I'll give the music an 8 out of 10. And then I'll give the visuals another 7.5 out of 10. I like that we're kind of consistently doing something visually different every time while keeping a similar theme, if that makes sense. And not just like the theme is Naruto. Whoa, you know. No, but I think that like I like that we're doing these more like colored lines that look like comic like manga panels now, and then also having these like unfinished watercolored backgrounds in some of those shots. But yeah, it seems like we're staying consistent with a large but consistent group of characters. So I kind of like that because like I feel like with a lot of these like bigger shonens like One Piece for example, where one of the kind of problems in a way with One Piece is that there's far too many characters, right? And half of them are usually either use a joke to come back or have very little significance in the future of the plot. But in this, it feels like you're consistently coming at least from the opening. I don't know about in Naruto, but it feels like you're consistently coming back to these same kids and teachers that we're referencing over and over again, at least for now. With the first, is the fourth? This is the fourth, I think. Yeah, the fourth opening. So I'm excited to see how this all shapes out, at least from arc 1 to arc 4, if that's what they actually are or whatnot. But it seems like we're sticking with a group of characters, and all of them have cool, unique designs. I'm excited to see, how their personalities match, how they fight, how their powers work or whatnot. But I'm very excited to see when we get to portions like this. These last two openings, the last three openings have definitely hooked me on those parts of the show, because they have a lot of interesting things going on in the opening, and not just that, but they have cool music too. But yeah, a lot of cool characters from what it looks like. All right, again, already doing something visually different. And the music. All right. Look at the visual upgrades, man. Wow. Wow, I don't even remember seeing like Bleach get this big visual upgrades until it went to HD, you know? Wow, look at them. Animation looks great. Wow, woo! Damn! And again, a lot of these consistent characters. Alright, something to do with Sasuke. Sasuke arc, maybe? Whoa, new characters. Okay, a lot of new characters now. Okay, we've seen these two before. These are the brothers I was talking about. Whoa, what the fuck? Hold on a goddamn second. Whoa! I'm sorry. What? I don't know why that's here. I'm assuming that's like a joke. That's kind of funny. Okay. Whoa, what's going on with Sasuke? Okay, quite possibly okay, some kind of conflict. Okay, whoa, that hopped immediately into the next opening, which looks crazy already. Okay, visually awesome. 9 out of 10. We are truly improving. 9 out of 10 for the time, may I mention. Like, there are obviously openings in current visually that are way better than any of this, right? But in terms of what we're going to see, I'm very surprised there. 9 out of 10. Obviously, the action looks great. We're playing with the camera quite a bit. We get to see different visual, dynamics and movements and color palettes. Like that first opening shot looked so, like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like it was like a photograph almost. Like it was truly like working with it was like trying to look like it was shot by an actual camera almost. It was sick. And we get to see all these cool the characters and how they're interacting, and just the way they play with the camera is so cool for an anime of this time. Like, I'm assuming this is maybe 2005-6 era when this opening happens. And for that time, for them to be doing what they're doing is so unique, and I'm excited to see when we get to this if that's how the anime reflects this as well, or if this is just the opening. Obviously, usually openings get a little bit more shine when it comes to the visuals than the actual anime does, for most anime at least. But yeah, great. I wasn't a huge fan of that song. I would say it's probably like I liked it still, probably like a 6 out of 10. But those visuals really are getting excited, and not to mention the plot implications from this kind of like separation or at least conflict between Naruto and Sasuke for whatever reason. But yeah, very interested in seeing what happens here. All right, already fucking with this one. Seeming like the Naruto Sasuke conflict is carrying over here. Possible Naruto loss? Man, some of these drawings look excellent, man. Okay, that's a new character. I feel like I've seen her somewhere before, though. We've made it back to the grunge feel, though. Possible training arc is my thoughts. Whoa. Okay, never mind. Maybe not. There's Sasuke. All right. Okay. I got some things to say here. Um, some new characters. So obviously this is a kind of a transition arc. I think either that or it's like kind of like I don't know how to say this. It seems like a training arc, right? But at the same time, we get shots like what we got with a bunch of the backs of the villains, not showing any of them off. I'm assuming villains at least, but I have at least seen those jackets before. People wear them all the time, for anime events and whatnot. So I don't remember what they're called. I feel like I've heard their name maybe before. With the red clouds on them. But I believe that is for a group of villains from the show, so that's why I implied they are villains. But yes, seemingly Sasuke is away from the group at least. After perhaps the conflict in the last opening that we saw between Naruto and Sasuke. Something's going on with them. Perhaps mind control. We get to see his eyes look different. They're red, and they have like these markings on them. So I'm assuming that is something to do with a mind control. Uh, what's it called? Jutsu, perhaps. Used by the Red Cloud people, maybe. Um, I'm not positive. But this does seem more like a training arc, at least from what the visuals imply. We get to see a lot of the same characters with some new ones and involved. But one of the things I noticed is that the green boy with the bowl cut, I don't know his name, obviously. Um, it was training in the same place that I believe the tournament arc was happening in opening 2. So interesting to see that we might be going back there for some reason. Maybe that's just like the gym at the school. I might be just completely overthinking everything. But who knows? But yes, some things cool, interesting here. Some things that I don't know are happening. So I think we have like only like 3 left. So did we increase the? Okay, no, we didn't. I thought maybe we increased the aspect ratio by only a bit. I was like, what the heck? Again, though, I didn't rank the last one, did I? I didn't rank that. Okay, last opening. Sorry, hate to cut into this one. Last opening, song-wise, 5 out of 10. Visual-wise, 8 out of 10. Again, love. Wow, look at that shot. That looks awesome. We are doing something visually different every single time. At least for part of the opening. Oh god, this is showing a bunch of things happening. Okay, well, I'm gonna wipe all this from my memory. Alright. A lot of things that I don't know happen yet. Alright. I don't really have much to say about this one. I'm kind of just absorbing the visuals. I like that shot. That's cool. Again, though... Oh, there's some more left. Okay. I love, personally... Well, first of all, we get to see all of these students look like they're growing throughout the openings, right? And again, I love that we get the same consistent group of students. It kind of reminds me of Class 1A from My Hero, but at the same time in My Hero we still get a over flooding of new characters every kind of half arc, right? Where we get Class B and we get Shinketsu students and we get villains and we get new students at UA, right? But it seems like again our group of heroes, of ninja, or whatever you want to call them, if you will, are staying consistent throughout the entirety. Also, I'm starting to get the vibe that this isn't just like an arc thing, that maybe Sasuke is literally just a villain of this show, right? I thought always that he was like the rival, like the what's it called? Like the is it the deuteragonist or whatever it is, where it's like the anti-hero that's, Naruto's, rival, right? Usually we get that from you get with shonen, you get your shonen rival. With My Hero it's Bakugo, with Black Clover it's with Bleach it's, I guess, Uryu, I guess it maybe Renji. It's not in all shonen, obviously, but I kind of took that, in Dragon Ball it's Vegeta, obviously, but I took Sasuke as one of those, and it seems like maybe it literally just he is either permanently brain controlled, mind controlled, like I theorized last opening or whatever, or he is just evil. And this opening is the first one that does like the kind of in this era of anime thing where the opening just at one point just shows off previous things happening in the anime, right? Or things that happen in the arc. Like Wano has like one of the openings of One Piece has that happen. A lot of visuals of openings of One Piece I think have that happen, where it just shows what's going to happen in that section of the arc or whatnot, right? In this, it showed kind of like a bunch of flashes of things that happen. Some that I noticed, like the Iruka getting stabbed by Shuriken, the thousand Shadow Clone Jutsu, that we saw in episode 1, that obviously will be posted again after this. But a lot of things I don't know what happened yet. A lot of characters, conflicts or whatever, that I don't know the context of. Of course, we got to see Naruto and Sasuke fighting, which we saw in opening, I think four or five. I think 4, maybe 5. But yeah, I think the big thing that I noticed in this opening is this visual style is so cool. Like, it's the camera's blurred, not to mention the art style itself looks different, which I don't know if that's reflected in the show or not, but it plays a lot with, like, camera angles and demorphing the characters. Like, this doesn't even look like Naruto to me, like it does, but at the same time it doesn't. It looks like a different person drew him, and it looks so cool at the same time. But I love that each time they're doing something different with the visuals that make it stick out distinctly, which I can't say a lot of other anime, at least in this time period, really did with their openings. It felt like they did kind of the same thing every time while just showing different things. So visually, again, I will give it another 8 out of 10. Song-wise, I honestly wasn't even paying attention to the song, and the fact that it didn't really stick out to me as a banger meant that it's probably not that good. So I'll give it a 5 out of 10. Again, but I'm excited to see the next one, as we, give something new every time. Okay, sounds like we lost the grunge again. Back to a more rock pop feel. Just rock, I guess, not really pop. Okay, I'm fucking with this song, no lie. Okay. Getting a lot of the same students. A lot of the same stuff we've seen before. I'm not really commenting because nothing is new exactly. I like the song a lot, though. Okay, I guess we're getting teases of some of their powers. Oh, that looks cool. Oh, there you go. Naruto's using something different this time. Okay, those are some new characters, I think, maybe. I like that shot. Yeah, that was kind of just another. That was the first one that kind of visually let me down, I guess. Especially with how much we were building. The last couple were just banger after banger after banger visually. So visually, so I'll give this like a 6, 5 out of 10. It doesn't look bad by any means, but it doesn't do anything different, which the other ones does. So I'll have to rank it lower there. But I like the song quite a bit, even though it isn't exactly my type of song. I thought it was a banger, so I'm gonna give the song a 7.5 out of 10. 8 out of 10. We'll give it an 8 out of 10. Why not? But yeah, honestly, didn't really introduce anything new. We get to see the same characters, at least this time, where they're using their abilities, which I will 100% forget. So, and not that I really got to see anything there. It looked like they were just using different elemental, ninjutsu, or digging through the ground, or just summoning bees. Maybe was one of the guys' powers. So not really sure there. But yeah, kind of just the same thing. A little disappointed in that one. But here we go into the last Naruto opening before, I guess, Shippuden. Assuming this video is correct. Alright, we're doing something visually different again. I'm already liking the song. So this is probably the last arc, so I'm expecting some interesting things here. Or maybe they just won't give anything away. I like this. With the names, that's really cool. I mean, how are you going to miss the people in suits, right? A couple of those characters maybe look new. Love that. The motion looks so cool. Are they in real life? All the girls, I guess? Scrapping? Looks like with the green kid again. From the outline, from the silhouette at least. I like that all of them are in silhouettes here. And then this is like film grain. Kind of gets me concerned for like a lot of character deaths, maybe. Wow, that went by ultra fast. And that was the last opening for Naruto. Visually, that was cool. I wouldn't say that's my favorite visually, but it did something different, and I like that. So I'll give it a 7 out of 10 visuals. Song was like a 6 out of 10, but I don't really know what to gain from that, Obviously, there's not really much I can look into there because it didn't really give anything away. And honestly, I kind of like when anime do that because that leaves so much more up for interpretation. Or not interpretation, but for surprises in the show. But for that to be the last Naruto opening, I am kind of surprised. I'm just gonna quickly make sure of that here. Yeah, there's 9 of them, and I believe we watched all of them. So that was all of the Naruto openings. Very interesting. I don't know. I actually don't know how long Naruto is. I guess. I can look real quick. I mean, it's quite long. It has 9 seasons, and so 9 openings. So there's an opening per season, right? So there's 26 for all of them except for season 9, which is 12. Oh my god, this is long as shit. Holy fuck. That's like 160 episodes? I think, maybe more. 26 is 52. 52 times 2 is 104. Plus another 52 is 156. Plus 26 more is 100 and... It's like 200 episodes for Naruto only. So honestly, I expected more openings, really. But there you go. interesting. I am very interested in seeing what happens in Naruto, especially with a lot of those things set up very interesting concepts that I want to see and how they play with them, especially with the Sasuke stuff. The Sasuke stuff makes me very interested because obviously there's some kind of like switch up, or like he either becomes a villain or becomes mind controlled from what it looks like, at least. Or maybe they are just having, their friendly scrap, or like their unfriendly competition to see who's better. But from what the looks of it, as we don't see Sasuke with the kids for the last 4 or 5 openings, something big happens that makes him at least not be present for that, right? So excited to see where this show goes and how we progress. But it definitely seems like there's a lot of tonal shifts in the show, at least from the openings. And I'm excited to see a lot of these new characters. As a lot of people in class, I have no idea who they are. I have no idea what they, what they do in the show, or anything. Really anything. To do with those other characters. And I only know like 4 names of the current roster, and that is the main 4, if you want to call it the main 4, which is Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, and Kakashi. Otherwise, I know a couple villain names later, and that's about it. So, well, I guess I know Aruka now, but I need to write that one down because I didn't know it before episode 1. But yeah, I don't think we really saw Aruka that much. So I really do wonder how much he even plays in the story. Besides being kind of like a parental figure to Naruto, maybe. But we'll see. I don't think we saw him in that many openings though. So excited to see what happens to him. Hopefully he doesn't fucking die and that's what happens to him. But we'll see, I guess. So yeah. Excited to see what happens going to Naruto. Excited to start this series in general. So if you enjoyed this reaction, like I said, let me know all your thoughts. Which opening was your favorite? Which opening was your least favorite? Which song's your favorite? Which song is your least favorite? In the description down below, or in the comment section down below. Go check out the Patreon if you want to see the full unedited, undimmed reaction to this, because I probably will have to mute a couple of the songs, or at least make their volume very quiet. But yeah, that's it from me. I'm excited to see what happens in these shows going forward, and hopefully you guys are too. So if you excited to see the Naruto reactions, go check out episode 1, which should be dropped probably by the time you're finished watching this video, and as well as just in general if you're excited for the Naruto reaction. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you boys in the next Naruto reaction. Peace.